that cliffhanger. That cliffhanger is pretty freaking bad. That's a massive cliffhanger. I want to say right now. That really, really rustled my jimmies. It really did. So, this episode of Akame ga Kill leaves us on a cliffhanger with Kurome revealing her Tegu. We finally get to see what her Tegu can do, and her Tegu reminds me of Frostmourne. Soon as I saw the abilities of that sword when it can, technically steal people's lives or turn dead corpses into her puppets, it reminded me of the Lich King and Frostmourne. That's exactly what Kurome's weapon reminds me of. I'm like, oh my god, that is a Lich King type weapon right there. That is fucking scary. That is really, really scary. That is actually incredibly powerful. That is really, really fucking powerful, because you can make an army of undead puppets. A massive army. And we don't even know how big Kurome's army really is, but for her to have Danger Beast under her, oh my god. So, it just shows you how strong that Tegu is and how scary it is. I mean, all of Night Raid is currently up against Kurome, Bulls, and Wave at the same time. Esdes is nowhere near this fight. She's on a completely different section trying to hunt down an agenda, but Kurome can fucking solo Night Raid, as it seems from what we could see from this episode, because this giant-ass army is pretty fucking scary, and if any of Night Raid gets cut down by this sword and gets killed, they will turn into Kurome's undead puppets. And Kurome specifically says in this episode that she wants to kill her sister to turn her into one of her puppets, part of her collection. I'm like, the fuck? And it's just like, yeah. So, that was, a very enticing cliffhanger. Like, I want to know. I want to fucking know so bad. I want to know. I want to have the next episode right now. I really do. So, this episode introduces a new opening song and ending song. I want to talk about the opening song first. The opening song. Oh my god. I actually really like that opening song. And the animation, that looks so fucking... Oh my god. But one thing I noticed about that opening song was the overall bit at the end. When you see Akame, all wounded, like she's hurt, like she's sitting down on a cliff, and you see like she's wounded or something. That was very weird. I wonder exactly what caused her to do that, but either way, the overall opening doesn't look like it spoils much. From me as an anime-only watcher, I didn't see any spoilers in the opening song, which is fucking good, because there's a lot of openings nowadays that love spoiling the entire plot of the series. I'm glad that opening did not spoil nothing for me. So, I'm happy with that. That's 10 out of 10 for that opening, just because it didn't spoil shit. Another thing is because the song, I like that song a lot. I'm at equal with the first opening and this opening. It's going to take some time getting used to this new opening that was introduced this episode, but I still like the song. I really like the song. It is definitely catchy, and I can't wait to hear more of it later on down the road with this series. The ending song, very good. Kicked in at the last moment, and honestly, the only reason why I couldn't stand that ending song this episode is because of the fucking cliffhanger. Why? Why would they do that? But the ending song is very good. It is a very good song, suits the mood of the series, and I enjoy the animation once again in the ending song. So we have great new music to listen to with our Akame ga Kill each week, so I'm happy about that. Now, with this episode, you see Bowles make his declaration in this episode. Like, he remembers his past, like he's constantly killed and burnt people at the stake. He's killed a lot of people, innocent civilians, and when he's facing Night Raid, he thinks about this like, oh, of course assassins would be after me, but you see him remember his family, and he's like, I can't die here. I really liked how they added that in. That really adds in overall emotion to both sides. I mean, yes, technically, the Jaegers are evil, but Night Raid can also be considered evil, and they both have their own ways of thinking, their own ideologies, to where they think what they're doing is correct. And I like how actually the narrator in this episode played a big part, and he kind of reminded me of the first episode of Akame ga Kill. It reminded me exactly right at the beginning of the series when the narrator first popped up, and you see how both Night Raid and the Jaegers had their own little narration in this episode, like right in the middle half when Esdes was deciding to march out to take down Night Raid. That right there, I like the narrations, how he was talking about the ideologies of the different perspectives of both sides. That was a really cool scene in this episode, and I like it. I know a lot of people most likely will be annoyed with that narration, but I enjoyed the narration. That was really freaking awesome. And overall, though, the thing is, will Esdes make it to this battle? That's the question we have to ask right now, because with this episode, Esdes is going off to find Najinda somewhere down the road. She went a completely different path from where Wave, Bowles, and Kurome are currently at. She took the other half of the Jaegers with her to take them down, but, you know, will Esdes be able to make it back in time to fight Night Raid? That's the big question, because, I mean, right now, Kurome is just so fucking OP with her ability right now. If Esdes was to come, it would just be completely overkill, unless one of our, you know, Night Raid members have a Tegu that is just unbelievably fucking OP, which I highly doubt besides Najinda. Najinda is the only person I can say that can be extremely OP at this moment, since technically she was close to Esdes in the past. That's the only person I say that could possibly turn the tides and scale of this battle. But one thing though, I want to tell you right now, since this is technically the first fight with the Jaegers versus Night Raid, I want to say something right now. This is me Fury crafting. Now, I don't know what is going to happen, so please don't spoil me, but I'm Fury crafting right now. Judging by how we've already had 2 deaths in this series, every time Night Raid has come up against, you know, any form of Jaegers or enemy, technically, somehow one of them always dies. Somehow, Night Raid always loses a member. I mean, we've had a bunch of members die. Now, I want to state this right now. With this fight, with Kurome and everybody else, Bowles and Wave, I have a feeling a character is going to die. I have a sickening feeling that's building up like a character is going to die in this fight. I don't know who, but I want to play the guessing game, okay? I want to guess. Judging by my anime experience of how much anime I have watched, usually the leader of a squad or group or a powerful person that you know should be powerful since it's the leader or something, usually will die, like Najinda. I think she will die in this fight. I want to say it right now. I have a strong feeling, I don't know, but I have a strong feeling she's going to die in this fight to save Night Raid. Maybe Esdes is going to come in, kill Najinda, but Najinda's going to save everybody before she dies. I have a sickening feeling something like that is going to happen. And then vice versa, someone on the Jaegers is probably going to die too. If I had to say, if any character is going to die, I highly doubt Kurome is going to die. She's way too technically important to this series at the moment. I highly doubt she would die. I would say Bowles would most likely die. Out of all the characters, I'd say Bowles. The reason why I don't say Wave is because Wave has his own ideology that is actually similar to Tatsumi. And since he's so similar to Tatsumi, it makes me think that he will eventually turn over a new leaf, because he actually notices the corruption in the capital this episode, like with, you know, demonic justice. He's like, oh my god, it's corrupt to this core and all that, and he says he's a soldier so he'll listen to orders, but he notices the corruption. So he's kind of like Tatsumi. He's trying to change things. So I feel like of all the characters to survive this fight out of these 3 Jaegers, I think, you know, Wave and Kurome are going to survive. Bowles, I like his character, I like him, but he's up for fodder, pretty much. I'm sorry, but he pretty much is at this moment in time. He doesn't have as big impact to the overall story as the other 2 characters. And likewise to Najinda. I mean, even though she's a powerful character and she has a lot more to explain, it would also shock the fill factor up for our side of Night Raid once again if our leader is to die. So, tell me your thoughts, honestly. How'd you feel about this episode of Akame Got Killed? Did you enjoy the new opening and ending song? Let me know in the comments below. Love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.